Yo, what up, y'all? I just want to touch on a subject real quick. Thank you so much for dropping by. I'm just gonna dive right in, man. So I think I came across some news, and at first I thought that this was an exclusive game to PS5. Come to find out, I heard through the grapevine that Forspoken is a timed exclusive. So you know what that means, right? Oh boy, when the ponies and the fanboys get word on that this is a timed exclusive. So I don't know if everybody heard about that, but I've heard about it. So I'm just like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me this is why Jim Ryan is crying? Because they know they only have, really that I can think of, either like 1 or 2 exclusives coming next year, big ones, big time AAA bangers coming next year. So you mean to tell me that Forspoken is a timed exclusive? And it's going to be on Xbox Series S, Xbox Series X, and PC, and cloud gaming on Steam Deck. Oh man, bro, this is going to be crazy. And they better hope it don't be a day one on Game Pass. They better hope, because I'm starting to hear a lot of games are going to be day one on Game Pass. Man, I don't know, Sony. I mean, I see. They're finally getting a taste of their own medicine. Now they're seeing how it feels to just have competition that finally shows them dropping banger after banger after banger. And there's nothing, they can't capitalize on nothing. So now they're trying to do these extra little, extremely little grimy exclusive deals, like blocking rights and blocking things, and just being a real big headache. Sony's have been being a real big headache, like a thorn inside of Xbox side for so long. And now it's time for them to clap back. Uncle Phil have made so many big moves this generation, man. It's crazy. Yeah, it's kind of messed up that they're talking about raising the price on certain things, but who knows when that's going to be. They have family plans coming. Maybe that's what they're talking about. See, a lot of stuff is missing. You know, the pieces of the puzzle are missing of what they're talking about. See, that can be a family plan, and due to the fact that they're going to be bringing so many AAA bangers day one to Game Pass, and the value is going to be so high, it's going to kind of be worth it. And especially if you buy for 1 year, that's like the price of one. I'm telling you, you already know what I'm about to say. In them $70 games, if you get a year subscription service on Game Pass, bro, come next year, you're gonna get day ones AAA bangers. Might as well say for the free, because you're only paying, if you really think about it, if you're gonna buy a PS5 game for $70, or you're gonna buy a year subscription for Xbox, come on. Which one do you think that's better? Waiting on the game to drop. And you better hope they don't push the game back. You better hope they don't push Spider-Man 2 back. You better hope you get an update on something like Wolverine or something like that. Because as far as I know, those are the two exclusives of right now. And I think maybe Final Fantasy. But we don't know. I don't know. I haven't really heard much about it. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of the games, from what I'm hearing, I think Silent Hill and Resident Evil, I think they're either multi-plat or time exclusive as well. But when I heard about this Forspoken news, that was crazy. I was like, wait a minute. I said, so you mean to tell me Sony only have one game that they're hollering and hooting about? Now, God of War, yeah, true. This year, God of War got that on lock. Like, I ain't even God of War, Call of Duty, those AAA, I ain't even worrying about this year. We already, hands down, God of War won it. There ain't even no argument. There ain't even no debate. That AAA banger right there is one will always be in a special place. I think that game is just in its own category. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain games you just really can't top. Like Call of Duty is in their own category. You know, God of War in their own category. Spider-Man. It's just certain games that you just not going to be able to match up anything with it. Like, you really can't. What are you really going to compare to God of War? Exactly, nothing. You can't. What are you going to compare with it? Come on, I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing. But those Decepticons at Sony haven't been focusing on the right thing. That's what I've been telling you guys. When I be hearing these things in these gaming streets, I gotta deliver the news, man. And that's why I got a video right now. They're going to be breaking down what's going on with this game, because this game looks dope. It puts you in the mind of Horizon or a Heavenly Sword. If somebody, like, if you can think way back and you go look up Heavenly Sword, it kind of a mixture of those games together in one. But they never brought back Heavenly Sword. Now I might have to have a talk with Uncle Phil. Man, we might need to bring back a part 2 and let Ninja Theory or Ninja Team or somebody work on that Heavenly Sword too, because that game was a banger, bro. If there's some way, I think I may go back. I think it is on PlayStation Plus Premium. That would be one game that I would have to go back and play. You know, that would definitely be one banger that I would have to go back and play, because I just don't see too many games that can really, the fun factor at that time, what was that on PS2? PS2, PS3, I can't remember, bro. I cannot remember the generation, but that game was so fire, bro. Like, oh my goodness. And another game that's in their own class as well, GTA 5. That is another game. So I really can't think of anything else with like a top 4 or 5 games that's in their own class that nothing else can really top them. You know, they're just dominating in their own class. So certain games, you just can't put them in the category. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing so many more features. Bro, do you know Xbox have 50 new features coming? 50 new features and a new interface. I think a new display, new stuff. It's a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline for Xbox. These are things that I'm gonna have to touch on. It's gonna take another video for me to touch on 50 things, bro. So they don't even have time to even fool with Jim Ryan right now. There's so many new things coming down the pipeline, man. I'm just gonna sit over there and let him cry over there at Sony's front office instead of bringing PlayStation more value. Like I have been saying, bro, I don't have a problem with actual PlayStation and the gaming creators on PlayStation platform. I have a problem with their boss, Sony, the people that owns PlayStation. So in the future, if Sony decides to sell off PlayStation, bro, to somebody like Apple or Google or whoever, you know, putting in some good hands that they will go, you know, in a better direction. Sometimes change is good, and I just don't like that they're not attempting to even bring us value, bro. Like they just X'd out day one games. Like what are you doing? Like, how can you tell us that you're not gonna bring day one games to PlayStation Plus Premium, but you're gonna bring day one games out to PC so that people can buy them? That's still not really giving, you know, the plastic box the gold mine right there. That is their masterpiece. The AAA bangers that is the kryptonite to the gaming community, but they're not really executing on that. They're just like kind of being greedy and overlooking the targets that they need to be hitting, but they're not hitting the targets. And we're giving them all the great ideas. Come on, man. We can name a boatload of content creators right now that's giving them the best ideas that I be seeing and watching. These guys are masterminds. They are like 10 times advanced than Jim Ryan that they can go hire right now on the platform to help him out. They can build a team over there to give him better ideas. This is an old washed up pony over there that needs to retire. He got broken wings. A couple of his horseshoes fell off. He lost them way back in the day. Giddy up. He ain't even galloping right no more. His hip went out. His neck hurting. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I can't with Jim Ryan, man. I can't with this man, bro. Like, I just have no. Do you ever wonder what goes on into a crazy person's mind? Like, what really goes on in his mind? Like, what is he thinking? Like, like at some point, you gotta stop and say, man, what is really going on in Jim Ryan's mind, man? Like, what is he thinking right now? Like it's like, man, Uncle Phil ain't messing around. He's taking blows to the head, man. He's taking L's left and right. You know what I'm saying? You got people backing him up now. You got Xbox coming out. You got Xbox coming out, calling him out with a video, was talking about how Xbox is outperforming the PS5. I know some of you guys probably seen that it's running at a higher frame rate. And it was like, oh yeah, it's running at 1440p. 60 FPS capped off at 60 FPS and 120 FPS on the video. I say, oh, they're calling Jim Ryan and they calling PlayStation out. I was like, this fight is getting dirty. Like, if you sit back and you watch, you be like, whoa. I was like, I never thought, bro, for not 1 second, I never thought it would get this dirty. Like, I'm talking about, they're actually going blow for blow. They're in the boxing ring right now. Xbox versus Sony. I'm talking about, that's why I think I'm still shocked at the whole console war, like the whole back and forth. Sony actually came out trying to stop the Call of Duty Activision Blizzard deal from happening. And do you know the idea that Uncle Phil had for Game Pass? Do you really want to know the idea that he said he want Call of Duty to be the new Minecraft, meaning he wants it on every platform. Do you know how huge that is? He said, I don't even want to take it off. He said, I want to get bigger. I want the fan base to be even bigger. But I do want a day one on Game Pass. That's one thing. I do want a day one on Game Pass. But at the same time, I want it on Nintendo, Steam Deck, mobile, PC, consoles, anywhere you can play. Anywhere. I'm gonna say it one more time because those Decepticons get real mad. Anywhere you can pay to play. Oh man, I'm talking about, like, man, I don't know the direction that Sony wants to go in next year, but we're gonna jump into this Forspoken video so that pretty much they can break down this game, because I'm kind of hyped about this game, man. And I'm having, like, you know, at first I was having mixed feelings about it, but now that they're digging deeper into the game and they're giving me a better understanding of what it's going to be like, this really seems like a cool game, y'all. So I think a lot of y'all would be happy to try and happy to hear the good news that it's going to be multi-plat. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, I don't know if it's going to have a multiplayer mode or cross-gen or cross-platform, but I think it's only going to be next-gen, because I didn't see PS4, because I ranted about it. I snapped on Sony for that, on Jim Ryan. I felt like, hey, man, you can't be leaving behind, you know, PS4, but I didn't understand the mechanics and all that stuff, that certain stuff they didn't want to add. They didn't want to go back and format the game and, you know, go back over the game just to, you know, pretty much put it on PS4 Pro. So I don't know, I'm still having mixed feelings about that. I don't like the idea of leaving 100 million people behind on gaming. I didn't think that was cool, because, you know, you don't even have enough PS5s to go around. So I was just, you know, it just made me feel some type of way towards Sony with that whole anti-consumer thing. But we're gonna dive in the video right now, guys. Here you go.
When she is mysteriously transported from the concrete jungle of New York to the mystical land of Athia, Frey Holland soon discovers that she has new magical powers and abilities. Among them are magic parkour skills that help her deftly traverse Athia's treacherous terrain. As her journey begins, Frey must first learn to master the flow ability, which allows her to move at high speeds. It is the first step to performing more complex traversal maneuvers. Tapping into her newfound skills, Frey must also learn how to sustain her stamina. When deploying magic parkour abilities, her stamina is slowly depleted, limiting how much of her powers she can use. Certain magic parkour abilities can aid with stamina management. The rush ability, for example, not only allows Frey to flow even faster by unleashing a burst of concentrated energy, but also replenishes her stamina. With the shimmy skill, Frey can accelerate rapidly by kicking off the ground, covering large distances in a single jump without using any stamina. Completing spellcraft challenges also lets Frey upgrade her magic parkour skills, reducing her stamina consumption or giving her a much faster recovery rate. Mastering these techniques is key to ensuring that Frey always has her powers ready when needed. Defying the force of gravity, Frey can learn how to float. This ability softens any fall, allowing her to safely land from extreme heights. Frey can also travel across Athia's rivers or lakes by skimming across the surface with her glide ability. Frey's parkour skills are useful not just for traversal, but also as defensive maneuvers. A well-timed zip unleashes a magical tether, letting Frey grab on to certain objects and pull herself out of harm's way. This power also lets Frey access locations just beyond her reach. Athia is filled with towering structures and land masses, which Frey must learn to conquer. With Soar, she can kick off surfaces and traverse vertical heights, with multiple leaps in quick succession. Phantom footholds can also be created using scale, allowing Frey to ascend to the greatest heights. Scale is also an important part of Frey's defensive arsenal, letting her deftly maneuver around Athia's most dangerous beasts. Upon mastering these parkour abilities, Frey can combine them with her magical combat skills, transforming her into a formidable force, capable of taking on the endless threats in this beautiful yet deadly land.
And there you guys have it, man. Forspoken, man, they pretty much went over the game, so you guys have a better understanding what you guys can be expecting. So you already know what to do, man. Smash that like, that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you guys can be notified on all of the new latest and greatest news in these gaming streets. And if you would like to jump into the PlayStation ecosystem, the Xbox ecosystem, or purchase some of my merch, you know, my clothing, or order some games online, go ahead and drop down in the description, click those links. Peace.